Get these flashbacks all the time of him and situations he's put me in.
A woman from New Orleans says she was forced to leave the city after her ex-boyfriend was released from prison 3 years early. And tonight she and her daughters are in hiding. Good evening, I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Devin Bartolotta. The woman says she believes if she stayed here, he would kill her. Eleanor Tabone spoke to that woman in a story you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
There was days where he would keep me in the house by gunpoint.
Esperanza Delgado asked we don't show her face because she's in hiding from a violent former partner.
When I hear his name, he puts a different type of fear in me.
She and Jefferey Cruz started dating when she was 17. Nearly 2 months later, she was pregnant.
I was really young and in love, and then it kind of took a turn for the worse.
Saying the violence got worse and worse and worse.
Like almost being with a sociopath.
According to the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, his rap sheet is lengthy. In April of 2008, the Jefferson Parish DA reports he was booked with a string of charges, including domestic abuse by strangulation, simple kidnapping and making threatening phone calls. Court documents show Esperanza was the victim. He eventually pled guilty to domestic abuse battery and sentenced to 6 months in jail. Car had led police on a chase and then resisted arrest. He was sentenced to 2 years. In 2010, according to court documents, his violence escalated. Cruz grabbed his baby away from Esperanza. The documents read he grabbed her right arm and began squeezing. He then said he would choke and kill her, again getting a 6-month sentence. 6 months were added to that sentence for violating the protective order by calling Esperanza while behind bars in the Jefferson Parish Jail. In August of 2011, his violence hit an all-time high. The Sheriff's Office saying he followed her from the stall, chased her down, rammed her car and then shot at her with her baby in the back seat. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Later that year, court documents show while incarcerated, he sent an envelope containing cards and a picture to Esperanza, violating the protective order yet again. And then, in 2014, he escaped from LaSalle Correctional Centre. Another 4 years were added to his sentence.
When you're letting a prisoner that escaped your prison out on good time, that's good behavior.
Jefferey Cruz was released from prison this week. The Department of Corrections telling us he got out 3 years early on good behaviour, earning 75 days of good time credit for courses he completed while inside, serving 11 years, 2 months and 10 days in prison, now out on parole till 2025.
I know for a fact he's not rehabilitated because of the things he's done while he was in prison.
If there's enough red flags, then that person is not going to be rehabilitated.
It's not fair. I feel like, a little bit of my freedom that I have left was stolen to give it to him.
She and her 2 daughters packed up their lives and fled.
I walk away from, a mortgage that I've paid almost 40 grand into. I've worked my butt off for my babies.
If he's clear now, then he may be a present danger to her.
Perpetrators are deemed high risk if they've tried to strangle someone, if they've got a child with the victim, have access to guns, have stalked their partner, or continually try to communicate with them. Remember earlier I told you Cruz was booked for strangulation? Esperanza told me he always had guns around. He also followed her from the store and he broke the protective order by contacting her.
All of those factors should have been evaluated and researched before any consideration for him to be discharged from his sentence.
Mary Claire Landry from the New Orleans Family Justice Centre says a victim should always have a voice in whether her abuser gets out early. Esperanza says her fears were never heard.
If she felt she had to leave and get out of the state, then that's a clear indication that she still feared for her life.
I suffer from PTSD.
As for Esperanza, the wounds Jefferey Cruz inflicted.
That hard to breathe, panic attack feeling just thinking about the fact that he's roaming free.
Are being ripped open again.
For it to just come tumbling down on me so fast, it sucks.
Living in hiding.
To know that he's going to get out and live his life.
While the man she fears the most is free from behind bars. Eleanor Tabone, Eyewitness News.
Esperanza told us threatening notes toward her were found in Cruz's cell. We asked the DOC if these notes were found. We're still waiting for a response. Esperanza has a GoFundMe set up to help with everything that comes from leaving your home. For details on that GoFundMe, go to WWLTV.com. We also reached out to Cruz's attorney. We are waiting to hear back.